Prepare for battle.
We'll definitely have that. Well, maybe not as much as game number 1. But if this is anything like the Secret Venomancer game that we saw earlier in the tournament, that was an absolute bloodbath. I think there was 20 kills in the space of the first, 8 minutes. I don't think we're going to be that lucky though, Blitz. This might be a little bit more passive at the start of the game.
I really like that Arteezy's going to go for the alt chat. Naga Veno, lol. What do you even do when you play against those heroes? It's just not going to be fun when you've got 5 melee heroes against Veno Naga.
Yeah,
it's going to be kind of rough.
They put themselves into this position, however, and it's kind of interesting too, where maybe EG still feel confident because you're running an off-lane Naga Siren with the PMS. So you're wanting... I know the panel were talking about a Radiance, but I'm not even quite sure if that's possible when you're trying to run this off-lane Naga.
But you definitely you still go Radiance.
You're still going to go it?
No, they're going to do the exact same strategy.
So you just rotate the Naga into the safe lane after, and then they just sit here and farm.
Yeah, so what's going to end up happening is they're going to give Misery the one-on-one matchup, and by the time he hits level 6, it'll be nighttime. Then they can rotate him into the enemy safe lane, and then he'll probably go gank the mid, and that's when you'll see Eternal Envy actually just straight up swap with him. This is something...
EG switched their lane, so you won't be able to get that one-on-one matchup. You probably won't get that same space from Misery because he's going up against the Undying as well as the Ember Spirit on top.
Yeah, but that's fine because you're in the safe lane. Like, the lanes are perfectly okay for Team Secret right now because you're going to have an advantageous matchup for the Naga Siren. And at worst, Misery can just soak up XP here at top.
How is Arteezy meant to play this lane? The Venomancer is the classic counter pick up against the Templar Assassin. Getting that early poison sting as well, which got buffed up too. You just zone out the TA out of the lane, and then you add Bane to the mix of this. Well, the only thing missing right now is to put in Feeble on Arteezy. He can't keep defensive refraction charges up, and with the Brain Stab, he's really, really low every single time he comes in close, but the bottle has arrived now.
Yeah, this is a hero that I don't see Weehaw play very often, the Venomancer. I think, like Ben said, you prefer seeing him on heroes that can scale, but this is one of those just blind matchups where the Venomancer is going to do incredibly well against the Templar Assassin. And instead of Highlight Die having to stay in this mid lane, he gives him the advantage, burns through 2 sets of refraction charges, and then he's going to leave Weehaw alone and simply go harass top as much as he can.
Okay, no, that's not enough damage to find the kill. Weehaw would at least need to hit him another 2-3 times to ensure the kill. This is the same build too that Weehaw decided to go for when he previously played the played the Venomancer. So you go the 1-1 and then everything else goes up into Poison Sting as well as your Plague Wards. And he plans this aggressive line of wards on the Radiant side of the hill because he played a Dire side as well last time.
Yeah, so Misery, he's okay right now. He's almost level 3, or he just hit level 3. And this Ember Spirit is getting some measure of farm. More so than the Naga is, but this mid matchup is where I'm fairly worried because Arteezy is being bullied pretty hard by the Venomancer. This is something that we saw most likely happening and coming to fruition is he's at a paltry 3 CS right now.
How do you even rotate? Oh, hello, bottom lane. No, there's not enough damage here. They're going to snowball in, going after Puppey. He'll have to shallow grave himself up now. PPD's only got the shield available. Eternal Envy, I'm going to chip damage into Universe, not really making this worthwhile snowball for them. Puppey just starts to clarity and will heal back up both Envy as well as himself.
Alright, Highlight Die's got the Invis. Here is not the target that you want to go on. Especially when he has the Tombstone available. It is only 3 attacks to destroy, but you want to be careful. Good matchup. Arteezy's just going to go for the jungle camps right now. I think he correctly ascertains that he can't do anything in this mid matchup. So why just sit there? Get XP. Like, go to the jungle, be useful with your time.
Top lane, Misery, there's your Tombstone committal. It's before 9 times, so he doesn't have that extra movement speed, and somehow she's going to burn him out. First blood will go to the dual lane off lane of Evil Geniuses. And they desperately needed to start like this.
Such a huge hiccup because most of the games that we've seen all this week, Misery's been given a relatively easy matchup, or at least a straight 1v1. He hasn't been contested whatsoever. But this time around, pretty heavily contesting him, and they actually send PPD to the mid lane to try to contest this Veno out a little, but he's not going to have much more success than Arteezy did. At the same time, Arteezy's getting some levels. He's about a full level behind, but at least he's getting some farm out of these jungle stacks. I think this is the correct play. The E is going to come over. He has the Riptide.
The Observer Ward sees too much. That's the reason why he's just coming over to stop Arteezy from doing what he's doing. Plus, he's here for the 4-minute rune.
He's going to steal XP too.
Be a bounty rune for him. While Poppy gets a soak up experience. Again, supports getting space for secret. How's the Bane looking? Paladin's already found 3 levels off this top lane. Even if they do feed up the first blood up there. And this is what I was talking about with Weeha. He puts this wall of wards up on the high ground, and it forces EG to react to it so early on, or else they lose their tower. It's just out of range of the tower, but it'll just stop the creep wave when it arrives.
This mid lane, Arteezy's just continuing to farm the jungle out. You pretty much just concede that the Veno's going to get free farm, I think, and leave him to his own devices.
We'll just see how Samel's going to survive up here. They're going to void him up. And Samel's got no way to escape. He has Steering Chain to buy some extra space here. And Fear trying to do the same thing with the body block. Pipeline Die came in with first that brain zap, and now he's got it off cooldown. Fear will just get soaked down. And there's your revenge kill. Double nuke combo. The Tombstone is still down, so Misery may not be able to escape from this one. Pipeline, no more mana to really play with. Tombstone does time out, so Samel gets himself, well, Undying is the one who actually gets the revenge kill. Samel just able to pick up the experience from it, and with the Tuskar rotating in, that's a nice time to move it in. There goes your Bane Universe. The first movement off that bottom lane for him.
Yeah, and Team EG right now, they're doing a much better job of controlling up the safe lane from Team Secret. They're kind of just accepting the fact that the Naga's going to get some measure of farm, but as long as they can control up this Misery Night Stalker and force them to play reactive Dota, they're going to be in a better position. And now you see it is the first nighttime. Misery's going to rotate into this enemy jungle, even heading towards mid lane. I don't know what he's going to be able to get out of this.
Universe may just die. Weehan doesn't have Gale available. Okay, he's going to snowball up to the creep wave. It's really dangerous with this time. Arteezy having his refraction status picked off. They put down the Plague Ward a little bit deeper. So this poison thing is designed having an effect on almost all of EG. Dropping down the Tombstone. EG just want to try and fight this. Misery got locked in by the shards. The Tombstone might drop, but Undying already finds himself with another kill. That's the second now for Fear. Illusion! EG brought everyone to this fight. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy, space created. Bottom lane.
That's okay. You know, while you're doing this, you're going to give up a lot of farm to the Naga Siren. You just have to get the better of these trades, and they are right now. Like, this time around, they've actually really read Team Secret. Team Secret have kind of been doing the same thing over and over in these games, where they rotate Misery out of this safe lane, try to gank into the jungle. If he can't find anybody, then he rotates into the mid lane, and EG just looks completely prepared for the timing.
You're right, they're actually able to find a lot more space because of this. Like, you push him back, you don't really lose too much, you're 4-1 on the board as far as kill counts go. And you're still getting space for Samael on the top. Like, you're running an offlane Ember Spirit who's able to get in there for the first blood, and you got 2.9k net worth on him. He's not keeping up with the Venomancer at the moment. And Weeha, also interested to see what build he's going to go for, as he does have 1600 gold on him.
Probably the Midas.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking too, but in fact it will be. There's the Midas pickup. But it's like, who becomes stronger in this fight? Like, the Venomancer hasn't had the same influence the Secret had last time they have him. And Arteezy still managed to find enough levels in farm that he's not too far behind. Like, yeah, he's 1,000 gold behind, but your off lane is getting so much more.
That's so much. A full 1,000 and the enemy mid laner has almost a Midas.
Yep.
And that's not an insignificant amount by any means.
No.
1,000 gold at 7 minutes is...
It's just comparing him to the fact that you do still have refraction, so you're still going to get the extra damage out from TA, and the fact that your offlaner Ember Spirit is managed to get more, almost as much as the mid solo of Team Secret.
Yeah, he's
maybe we should be looking more at the Tuskar though, because he's also fairly behind with only 2,000.
Yeah, I think that Team Secret have done fine in these lanes, when it comes to CS anyways.
They're going for Weeha. That's a heavy Spirit committal, but Samael can't get himself in range in time for all the Spirits to do the damage, so Weeha should be able to escape from this one. There's a level 2 Shallow Grave from Puppy available. And in fact, with the Tombstone being committed as well, Team Secret bring in a lot more troops to defend that mid-tier 1.
Yeah, this is fine. They want to keep the Veno alive at all costs, especially when he's this close to his Hannah Midas. And this is all unreliable gold. You don't want to lose this if you can help it. and he's just gonna back himself up, and I think this is the correct play. You're 30 gold away from having your Hand of Midas, why even risk it? If you die there, you delay to probably 11 minutes if things go really wrong for you. So just guarantee yourself the Midas, and now they're gonna rotate Eternal Envy to this safe lane, and this is usually what they do.
Normal timing for it, but
okay.
They can left Misery as well as Paladai up here. They trigger off Darkness to Mail. In real trouble. One shot will keep him alive, and he's still going to double damage range. So they snowball up after Misery with a Spirit Committal as well. Misery should die. The double damage room has been triggered off, but despite a fifth, there's your damage kicking in. So the Night Stalker drops. Searing Chain's controlling Naga Siren, and with Fear arriving, taking that decay off Naga down to 800 life. She has to song with the Siren to get out of this one. The Undying minions still want to chase it down. Maybe Universe wants to as well. He smokes for the movement speed. PPD right behind him. He can get in range for, what have you got? You've got shards up, but you can't go both shards and snowball. Maybe with the 3-1 charges, so they'll just be happy taking the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they throw up the guessing ice shards up into that top area, but Eternal Envy wanted nothing to do with that. Meanwhile, Weehaw just continues to bully Arteezy out, but that's okay because of how much your Ember Spirit was just able to get in that top lane. And Sumail is really saving this game for EG right now. Like, the amount that he's been able to do with so little. Arteezy's actually blocked out by the sword.
He's blocked, but he's got friends coming in. Universe as well as BPD. They rotate in through the dire jungle. Lock him inside the shards. They have to get rid of these Plague Wars. They stop getting poison stinged. That Venomancer ulti, not a healthy thing to be having on you. It looks like gonna survive anyway.
Puppy's already level 7 right now. And Eternal Envy's gonna rotate to this safe lane. EG as they realize this is probably the best place for me to be. The Ember Spirit has too much.
With the Tombstone down, Sumail, like, they can still finish off this top tower.
Is under attack.
They don't have to leave too many heroes behind. The rest of EG have to heal back up anyway to come back to fight.
It's really important that he gets that last stone on the tower, and he does. His top tower though is gonna fall. Sumail even jumps forward for it.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Money for him.
That was
with that last hit, he actually gets in front of the Venomancer with the net worth. Okay, it's going back and forward a little bit. Got Hand of Midas. Okay, Weehaw's in front again. And it's just such a rough road for Arteezy. Even when he tries to go for the last hit on these Plague Quads, Weehaw's been so good with his micro, he's been denying them up the entire time. Just watch it right now. Is he gonna? Okay, now he's gonna prove me wrong. There we go. There's your denial. Now I get to watch one.
Alright. Team EG though, they're smoked up.
They're coming to contest up Ancient area?
Yeah, Sumail's so strong right now. There's no reason for you not to.
He's only got one spirit to commit, however, but the snowball,
gonna go down.
It goes actually all the way up to Puppy, and they isolate Weehaw by throwing out the ice shards. They'll still move up, and these Plague Wards are going to cause a couple of problems, but not too many. Not while you've got help from Arteezy and PPD. Puppy, Universe just chasing him further. The spirit jump forward, a long jump, allowing him to get the Searing Chains off. Universe got Nightmare at the same time, and Pylai die. The snowball canceling the DP out of Sumail. He's going to come back in again. They isolate him inside the shards. A Walrus Punch to find the kill. And Ember Spirit, he's still got more to work with. Spirits as well as Searing Chains. Eternal Envy and Misery think they might have something here. And with the PPD right behind them, there is nothing to take.
Great play by EG. They realize that the Venomancer, the build-up for the hero, he's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter, but because he went for the Hand of Midas, he's incredibly fragile, and they're taking advantage of that. It's an 800 HP hero that is second in net worth, but you're able to kill him so easily. This is how they're going to get back into the game. Arteezy's already caught up when it comes to net worth, and that's really surprising considering he barely even farmed in the laning phase.
Give him a couple of kills, you can always catch up, getting a haster, and that'll also do the job. Naga Siren gonna trigger the song Sumail right behind him, and Naga Siren, that TP out, gonna finish just in time. And the rest of EG, you still have the haster in on Arteezy, Sumail just body blocking him for the moment. He's had extra speed to get up, and they found Misery. Start a fifth Searing Chain, catches out the Night Stalker, and Arteezy straight behind him with the Meld Strike. That Night Stalker doesn't stand a chance, and this is a 0 for 5 Night Stalker. Half of the kills EG have taken, they've taken from Misery.
I mean, Sumail's just gone ham in this game. Even in that top lane, what he was able to do with that Mango, constant outplays, being able to survive with 10 HP and then turn it around and even pick up a kill on Misery using the Tombstone. He's done so well for himself this game, and because of how well he's done, he's just able to add pressure all around the map. Not even going to go for the drums, just going to go straight for the Battle Fury. He realizes he's the one leading the charge for his team.
I love the fact he went for the Void Stone before anything else, realizing it's all about mana consumption. Just a little bit more. The secret, trying to get a little bit of revenge, but you know, Sumail has that defensive spirit. He'll move forward. Nightmare, can they get the control? It will be there. With the silence, Sumail can't tank. He's trying to bottle charge through it, but unable to do the job, and that's me Puppey who ends the streak. Giving himself almost 500 gold for the job.
Yeah, Puppey's quite strong right now, and Weeha's just kind of resetting himself, trying to make sure that he's getting an okay amount on the map. Still almost has that point booster, and once he does, he's gonna get a little bit more tanky. But Arteezy, DD Rune does get denied by the Venomancer.
These Plague Wards, even if Weeha is under leveled, he's still finding so much control in the lane. Like this mid tier 1 tower hasn't even gone down below 1000. The damage just hasn't been done by EG because they still have to get through. Like they want to try and fight. There's Plague Wards everywhere, or they're taking a lot of damage from the Nova, so they have to fall back. A bit of a Radiant Courier snipe.
That is surprising.
That was an ancient attack.
Ancients
that was the ancient. There was nothing else here.
Okay,
it was the ancients killing it.
Yeah, the splash must have been when they attacked Arteezy. He was probably trying to bottle crow, and he lost it instead. This is
problematic.
A little bit, because now that gives the point booster to the Venomancer, and probably more importantly than that, that's just more gold in EE's pocket. Like, he's already up to 6k net worth, and he is doing quite well for himself.
Yeah, that relic is rapidly approaching 3.3, 3.4k roughly. The Naga in.
The rough part about playing against Naga Sirens is that no matter how far behind you are, you know that you can almost always still win the game just because of the amount of split push and how dangerous it is to fight against the illusions. Just kind of relentlessly assault you. And if you look at EG's lineup, this is a run at you lineup. They've got some ways to deal with the Naga, but got a lot to contend with. Like, Dazzle is going to make everybody really hard to kill. The Bane is a nice defensive hero too. The Night Stalker plays the vision game for you, and you don't really ever want to fight into a Venomancer if you can help it.
Yeah. You want him to blow his ulti on just one other hero, maybe that's where we have to look towards the Tusker, towards the Universe. He didn't go for any kind of initiating item. It comes out from, it's the mech instead, so it's survivability arriving for the Tusker, but this allowed Arteezy to go in for something like a Desolator. It allows, well, I won't say Fear to do anything really more. The Ember Spirit to go for the Battle Fury because he's got that extra help. Now they go after Weeha. The shards is down, Walrus Punch, and there's that Nova. He actually connect over on the Ember Spirit as well as Universe, but they take very little damage with that Song of the Siren, providing protection, and now they move forward. The Spirit jump up, they catch out Weeha. The perfect charge from Universe will lock him in there with Sumail. The Shallow Grave will buy a little bit more time for Weeha, with the snowballs going again. He picks up Arthur on the way through, and Puppey popping underneath his own tier 2 tower. Very lucky for Weeha though, he was actually able to get himself out. Really well out underneath the Shallow Grave.
Really well played by Puppey. Timing it for that last second, Weeha instantly realizes they don't have any disables left over. That's a really good save by them, and this can just kind of continue on as now the Naga Siren has a relic. Somehow Arteezy's crept up to #1 in net worth, and he's almost got that Deso too. And you're noticing how successful EG are with their 5-man because they don't have enough fighting heroes on Team Secret. What's most likely going to happen is once you grab the Deso onto Arteezy, you can smoke up into Roshan. The only thing that you really have to worry about is this Naga sleep, but with it on cooldown, I think you actually just go into Roshan. Like, you're not going to find a better opportunity. You know for a fact the sleep's down. You know that Team Secret don't want to fight into you. The Venomancer ulti's on cooldown too. This is like the best possible opportunity you're going to get to Roche.
The Deso is still going to fly out once the, well, now the Courier is going to respawn. So the Deso is fully done for Arteezy. The Naga Illusions are scouting out, Roshan happening. But it's just Arteezy himself. DPD's in the neighborhood, but he's smoked up with Fear. Bottom lane, they do actually catch out a big one. The Naga Siren is actually fully dead now. So, no Naga, no buyback for 30 seconds. And no real way for Secret to stop this. They can make it difficult. The Weaver's removing the armor of EG. The Desolator is now finally going to finish its fly in. So that negative armor is going to make this a lot easier for EG.
People from Team Secret right now, they're kind of hanging around seeing if they can do anything about it, but this should be a free Aegis.
Get rid of the Plague Ward. Get rid of the Plague Ward. The Undying Tombstone is being dropped in the defensive nature. Plague Ward will drop, and then, well, it will be the Aegis the Immortal. Secured by Templar Assassin as well as the last hit on Roshan.
Did he deny the Ring of Aquila? of Arteezy? I think he did.
He might have.
Oh yeah, he
Radiant's
did.
bottom tower
900
is
gold
under
down the drain. But that's perfectly okay. Getting the Aegis is the most important thing. At top, Highlight Eye is going to get run at, but he should be able to just sleep and run, or not?
Okay.
I think that's just really well done by Arteezy. He waits for the last second, hits the meld when Highlight Eye decides to run forward, then just instantly pops him.
Easy money. Top 2 net worth now. Ember Spirit as well as Templar Assassin. From better, but Arteezy, do you really have this much confidence to just walk into the dire jungle, almost up to the tier 2 tower with no friends around you?
Yeah, nobody wants to fight Arteezy right now, if they can help it. EG have all the control in the world. They've been getting the better of the team fights. They realize that Team Secret don't have enough damage to back up their Venomancer ultimate quite yet.
Yep.
You need the Radiance bare minimum. Once you have the Radiance onto the Naga, then you can start to back up the damage of the Venomancer and make things really dangerous. Things get progressively harder when items like the mech are picked up onto the Tusk. He's going to get Guardian Greaves soon too. At some point, I'd imagine somebody gets a pipe. Like the Undying can transition into that. We got the point booster for the Aghanim Scepter. And all of these things are going to lead to EG being able to snowball, and that's what they want to go for right now. That you want to be able to just take control of the map, because you know that Secret don't want to fight you.
Yep. They want to buy time. They want that Ags over on the Night Stalker. These 2 gems to pay off. And Dio Observer Ward though. Only got 13 seconds left, but just tells Highlight Eye as well as Misery that this is a bit of a futile effort on the bottom lane. The Blink Dagger is now done for Templar Assassin. Arteezy just took another, I think it was a triple or quad stack of Ancients. So his money is through the roof. While Samal's just been taking over the Radiant jungle as well as the bottom lane. And with that Battle Fury, he's so quick in his movement through the jungle. This tier 1 tower shouldn't actually survive for much longer. It's almost like one of the easiest things that EG can claim at the moment.
Oh, Misery's gonna get found, but it's perfectly okay. It's not gonna cost anybody anything. Arteezy's still on that top side.
Does Samal want to go for this? Okay, he just triggered the regeneration rune. That's the only reason I thought he was going to commit, but there weren't enough spirits available.
Shadow Wave!
Yeah, here's the movement in. So everyone apart from Arteezy is here.
He can TP down though. He's just making sure that this top area doesn't get pushed, and they just don't trade pointlessly.
And with the tier 2 tower to get there though.
Yeah, with how strong our Sumail is right now.
Misery, that's a little too close. No
What I
can
shard.
catch him out. He's just locking him. Misery was just trying to hide in the tree line, but they were cutting through. He just wanted to fall back. So he just tried to make a bolt for it. Sail, and Night Stalker down. Delaying up that Aghanim Scepter, which Secret desperately need.
They've just abused Misery this game. They haven't allowed him to get anything by just constantly bye-banning.
And they got more. They caught out Puppey. I think he still got another stun. Have they got anything? Searing Chains. Puppey won't escape from this one the way Weehard did before. Tombstone alive as well. These Playboys are causing a problem, but it's also because Weehard's up too far. Universe, once again, his control has been wonderful. His initiation's perfect. And that is going to be 4 heroes down for Team Secret. You've actually got another fight. Nagasar in the Song allows Eternal Envy to escape from Artur.
And Artur, at the same time, he picked up Highlight Eye while that entire sequence of events was happening at this bottom lane, and it's going to get harder and harder for Team Secret to hold because they're relying heavily on this Naga Siren Venomancer combo to be able to keep them alive. But EG are just kind of steamrolling them tower to tower. Like this Tusk is always getting the initiation off, the mech so they can continue the pursuit even after the Venomancer ult. Things are getting pretty rough right now for Team Secret.
It's kind of been the story of both these first games. EG had the rough end of the stick in game 1. This time around, it's Team Secret all holding it.
You still do, again, I can't discount this enough. You can't really count out a Naga Siren at any point.
Yeah.
Like, she can still do Naga Siren things. She gets a Manta and Octarine Core, makes the game last forever. EG makes one mistake, and then all of a sudden, you've got issues. Naga Siren is one of those heroes that can do that. And she's kept up in net worth too. The rest of her team is kind of falling behind, but sort of irrelevant.
The Knight can just buy time, and you're still running a double Midas, like Night Stalker as well as Venom. Eventually, they're going to hit their Ags. In fact, Weehar now hits his Ags. Buys the entire thing. So it took 23 minutes to get there. but he has arrived.
Later than we expected, considering that he had a free lane mid.
Yeah,
Nobody was contesting him, and he had a Midas too, but EG did a really good job of shutting him down after the laning phase, making sure that he was never able to snowball in net worth. He should be closing in on another item by now. It just did such a good job of applying pressure, and this tier 2 tower, I don't think this is defendable, especially with Eternal Envy at this bottom side of the jungle.
Instead they go for something else. It's Universe in the mid. The Observer Ward's watching him, but unfortunately they can't really control him. With the Blink Dagger already up, he does actually have the cloak on himself. This could just be for a Glimmer Cape, or it could be for the pipe you're asking for. So EG can finish this before the Naga Siren and the Venomancer and the Night Stalker have time just to farm up and get their critical items.
Yeah, EG's just going to take down all the tier 2s right now. Even without the Aegis, I think they feel fairly comforted.
Well, they found him. Firelight Eye, a little bit too far out. There's the shard. Can't break himself free of this one. And then, well, has to go into the Fiend's Grip. Not possible to complete the full duration. The ensnare will be there. But Universe is just so damn strong. They can't get the Tombstone to the Mail. Him through the rear. Undying helping out. So the Pain's going to go down. But Artesian to Mail really trying to hunt down Iisama inside the Dire base. And he will drop. Same with the Venomancer. They've lost 3. Artesi, the Mech Charge will keep him alive, as well as the Soul Rip. They just can't control him. Blinks away to safety. He doesn't have to walk himself out. They leave the Observer Ward behind. Secret, they're just losing player after player in really unfortunate positions. Unfavorable positions, I should say.
They did such a good job of controlling that fight. They had the Tombstone on the high ground. Artur came in from behind. They had no way to get out. Really well done. And I mean, honestly, this entire series is going to come down to the drafting battles. In the first game, we saw Team Secret really successful with that Meepo pick and how they set that up. But in this one, it's been all EG so far.
It really has. Like, they got the perfect momentum. And when really can you ever say the laning phase was all for EG when you have a Tuskar as well as an Undying together? Like, that right there is already going to be a great win, but they made it work with the Undying as well as Ember Spirit, allowing this Tuskar just to get even more on the safe lane, and then roam around successfully too. Artesi, the man who got completely shut down, EG saw a path to get him farmed, push him into the jungle, allowed PPD to actually get more levels on that Abaddon because he just sat there leeching in the mid lane.
They did a really good job of recovering, and most importantly, they finally started to punish this style from EG. They made sure, or from Team Secret, they made sure that they had an advantageous lane in the off lane. They gave Universe something that he wasn't going to just straight up lose with.
Yep.
And they took pretty heavy advantage of how the laning phase went.
It's the action heroes. Hi, puppy. Roshan's up in 4 seconds time. EG have a look for this, then they'll just pop in. Now, they already have a TA trap, so they're very aware that Roshan spawned up. The Seeker will also be looking for the same thing. Pilot Eye not getting close enough to Universe. So EG, they're going to finish up this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane before they go for more. Meanwhile, Artesi still free farming up the top lane, all by his little lonesome.
Alright, you have to win this fight if you're Team Secret. You've committed to sleep. This is a do or die situation.
Wait for the timing, Venomancer ulti, the blink away. Where is that timing? Samel actually got himself a little bit more distance as Fear stands on the front line. He's got a 2-man decay. He will still pop to the Naga Siren, but Universe makes his way in. The Telegraph.
Here comes Artesi.
And there is the Searing Pain. Artesi in through the rear, but it's the snowball control on Weeha actually going through Weeha, allowing Samel to finish him off. While focusing on that Bane. And Artesi as well as Universe want to go in deeper. Artesi's too slow. Body blocking up Universe. What do we got flying in? Artesi's full BKB. That fight did not go Secret's way, and you said they had to win it. Now they're going to lose Roshan as well.
I mean, they had the sleep setup, they had the Venomancer ult ticking down. You've got the Aghanim Scepter completed on him. That's when you ideally want to take a fight. It's not something that you want to just continue to hold, because EG are just going to get map control, and there are too many different ways that they can win the game. So at that point, you have the items and the levels that you needed. They were probably waiting on both. On the Venomancer, he just hits level 11, but they aren't able to set that fight up properly, and EG, they might just be too far ahead.
Feels like it, man. Like, I brought the draft before, but now it's going to be over 15,000 net worth, roughly approaching 25,000 in the experience. There's that pipe we were talking about over on the Tuskar, so he actually bypassed the Greaves in order to make sure he's got the pipe as well as the mech. And this is just a high ground entrance strat right now for EG. They have to be able to get in to take out the tier 3 tower. It'll make it a lot easier if they can get pickoffs outside the base. And that's exactly what they're searching for. The TA traps gave him a little bit of extra vision. Weeha gonna buy some space, but Arteezy just jumps him, triggers the BKB. The Gale still was able to connect, and Weeha, one attack will finish the job. Or maybe just Abaddon throwing in his nuke.
Full Scotty completed on this Ember Spirit now, and 2,300 gold on PPD. For once, this is not a poor Peter. He's got quite a lot backing him up.
He found Naga Siren. Naga does not want to have to burn the sleep with this. He might
he's gonna
have
get the
to,
triple
and he
spear?
dies. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Envy does have buyback, and he's got Song of the Siren available, so we can stall this up a little bit more.
Radiant's top tower
But it's not
is
the
under
dream of the song. Like, the dream of the song is to help them prep for their team fight.
Unbelievable game that Sumail's had so far on this Ember Spirit. Everybody from EG is actually playing really well. Universe has had a lot of key initiations. PPD hasn't even died once this game. Fierce Tombstones have been on point. This is about as team of a victory as you're going to get.
Pretty one-sided at the moment. And what is Secret even meant to do? Naga's up in 8 seconds time. You can get a denial on the mid-tower, that's one thing you can do. And Weeha, but that blink dagger from Sumail, you can just initiate at any time. Like that blink, then you got the extra range of the Sleight of Fist, and the control of Searing Chains, the damage of Searing Chains does so much. Even Arteezy, I guess it's not as great up against someone like a Venomancer, but he's got time to blink himself out. That refractor charges up, protects his blink dagger cooldown time.
is under attack.
They just really want to try and finish up this Rax now. Envy can snare on Arteezy. He's still got the Aegis in one. We've got to keep this in mind while this fight begins. It is a 3-man, now 4-man Song. There's the extra help. The Ember Spirit just jumps up. You do get the ulti up, but the snowball actually pulls them in. You might be covered up in the Venomancer ulti, but do you even really care? You've won the game. GG is the call. Team Secret. They went in for one last hurrah, but there was nothing more to be gained. EG will level the series at 1-1.
Game number 1, Team Secret just absolutely crushed them, but in this game it was all EG from start to finish. 30-3 is the final kill score. They kept up a kill a minute in a game like this against a Naga and a Venomancer. Really well played by them.
And it was beautiful Dota, is what it was. For now, let's get the thoughts on how beautiful it is from the beautiful men at the analyst desk.